Okay, in this video we're going to pull apart this carburetor and clean it up really good. I actually cleaned this carburetor about 20 hours of runtime prior to this, so the carburetor I don't anticipate a lot of stuff, but the procedure is the same, right? So this is a 420cc 18.5 Briggs and Stratton engine, but this will apply to a lot of your generators because there's only a few carburetor styles. So first thing we want to do, make sure the fuel is shut off. I ran this thing until all the fuel was out of the carburetor bowl, so there should not be any fuel in this line. But if there is, really you should just put a small gas can under there, and when I show you how to pull the fuel line off, you should capture all the gas so you don't spill it all over your nice concrete. But I'll go ahead and I'm going to get my screwdriver. We're going to take, actually let me set this camera up a little bit better, and then I'll walk you through everything. All right, so we're going to start off by taking this cover off. You can use a screwdriver if you want. If you've got the, proper socket, you can use a socket. It really doesn't matter. It's just two screws holding this filter cover on. Before I pull it off, this is a vent line, right? So you don't necessarily need to pull this off. We're going to leave this on for this application. And I'm going to take this and move it over here. Now, as I mentioned before, I did some maintenance on this carburetor 20 hours of runtime ago. So the filter is still pretty good. I'm going to just inspect it, make sure we don't have any tears or anything. Like, that's a little bit of junk, but this filter actually looks pretty good, so we're going to reuse this filter. So this is the filter housing. This takes, on my particular one, a 10mm socket here, and there's a 10mm socket in here. Let me get these off. This one will fall out. It's okay, just catch it. Before I pull this cover off, I want to show you that there's a hose that runs in here. Again, that's an exhaust hose or a vent hose from the cylinder, so you can just move that over. But it typically will go right down in here and just do some exhaust gas capture. So we're going to pull this off now. And there's your little troublemaker right there. That's your carburetor, right? So a couple things we're going to do. We're going to pull the fuel line off right here. And there's also a metal rod on this particular model and a little bitty metal line. It's a spring, actually. So it's a spring that kind of connects in here. We're going to pull those apart, show you how to do that really quick. It's pretty easy. You can, I'm going to move this out of the way so you can see it a little bit better, right? So I typically just, hold on, let me get you in here. I typically just grab this spring and pull it off here and let it go to the side. And then this arm right here, you'll have to, move your carburetor to where you can actually slide that out of there. And so it just slides right up. It's a little bit of a pain, but that should slide right up. So these two are off now, right? We can kind of set them out of the way. Yeah, we don't want to disconnect them from the arm over here, but just kind of move them out of the way. And then what I'm going to do is take a pair of pliers and take this fuel line off now. So I'm just going to move this clamp up and out of the way, and then gently I'm going to rotate this hose back and forth until it breaks loose, and then you should be able to start working that thing up. If you need to, take a screwdriver in here, pry it up on one side, and then pull it back over and keep working it back and forth. Oh, look, I got some spillage. Thought I got it all. Let me get a gas can real quick and we'll capture this.
That's just it.
Yeah, okay. Maybe it just had a little bit of a leak. So, yeah, this carburetor is ready to come off at this point. So we're going to slide it off. Okay. So this is the whole carburetor. That's it. Nothing magical to it. This one looks really clean, so this shouldn't take long. But I'm still going to break it down as if it was a totally dirty carburetor. So I'm going to turn this off for a second. We'll get set up, and I'll show you how to rebuild these things.